Hi, I'm Morgan.
I'm Kayla.
And this is Two Girls, No Plot.
Hi, this is Morgan. Quick warning, there are spoilers for the books that we discuss in here. We list them at the top of the show. You don't want to hear anything? Check in later. We also read books with disturbing themes, so maybe also check back later. Bye! Or enjoy the episode, I don't know. It's up to you.
Welcome back, good people. Okay, so what we read these past few weeks.
Girl, you just tell us what you read.
Yeah, so I read
You got one book to tell us about. Tell us the name of the book.
I don't want to do it though.
Say it.
We're gonna have so many difficulties later.
Say it.
I read
She read A Not So Meat Cute by Meghan Quinn. Hey, that is the book Morgan read. Everyone.
We're gonna have so many difficulties later.
Yeah, we're probably gonna fight. We'll accept that when it happens. We're moving on. We're saving that to the end because we cannot discuss it now. Okay.
There's so much to get through.
Calm down. We're gonna talk about things I read. So, the list. Howl's Moving Castle. Skin of a Sinner. Because You're Mine. The Royal Elite series by Rina. I read Cruel King, Deviant King, Still Princess, Twisted Kingdom, and Black Knight.
House Moving Castle sticks out like a sore thumb on your reading list.
Yes, well, yeah. I've been in a mood, and we can see it wasn't a good one. So, clearly I'm not reading happy things. I need to put some more happy things in my list. Alright. Let's just go through mine so we can talk about the main ones.
Yeah.
Skin of a Sinner, okay?
Awful title, by the way.
Okay, I can't help the title.
I hate it so much.
I mean, it's not a great book. I think I gave it 3 stars because I did finish it. But they're 2 orphans. He's 2 years older than her. They're sad children. Okay, she's a little innocent girl, right? And I think by the time this is being told, they're like 20 and 22 or something.
Okay.
And he's a boy with dark thoughts and violent tendencies. So, of course, this is
They all are.
Okay? But throughout their whole high school and childhood, he was never, like, affectionate with her. And he was like, I'm waiting until she's 18. It's a 2-year age gap. What the fuck is the point of this? I was already angry. I was like, so you're telling me you didn't have any feelings for her while you all were in high school and whatever. But he's like, now that you're about to be 18, we can be together. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Anyways, he admits all this crap when she's like 17. They like kiss and whatever. And then he's gone for 3 years. Finds out that he got sent to like prison or something for 3 years because he went to beat up someone that harassed her or some stupid shit. She didn't know where he went to. Blah, 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 blah. She thought she was abandoned. And she's still living with the shitty family that she was with. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't care about any more of the story. We're moving on. We have to do it fast. Okay? Because You're Mine. Literally didn't remember anything about it until I looked it up like about an hour ago. So it's mafia. She's a ballerina. She left her family after they were found out that they were mafia and are like exposed or whatever. Her family was exposed. So she left for Europe and was minding her own business until her sister was like, well, why don't you come back to like New York or wherever they're at and help me out while I finish college. She's like, ugh, fine. So she comes back. Now, this guy that's been like trying to keep an eye on her is like, oh, she's back. Now I've got to bug her. Just leave her alone. She wanted out of the mafia family title. She was done. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna be a problem. So he's a problem. And her brother is still a part of the world. And of course they don't get along. And then this guy was like slowly weaseling his way into her life. And she finds out, oh, you're the guy that supposedly killed my ex-boyfriend. The whole story is convoluted. The plot makes no sense. And then you find out the ex-boyfriend that she's been mourning, not even dead. They just faked his murder so he could go off and be with his baby mama. So he was like cheating on her. Okay. And he chose to be with this other woman that had his kid. But then you find out, oh, she was pregnant too. but she didn't keep the baby. And it was like, oh my gosh, what a nightmare. But he wasn't in love with her. And I hate this story. Can I say that? I'm done. I'm out. Royal Elite. We're moving. We're moving through. Alright, Cruel King. These are the parents, I think, of the people I told you about.
Yeah,
earlier.
we're in the Royal Elite series now.
Yep. So we're no longer the Legacy of Gods. We're the Royal Elite, which is the parents of some of the children. Well, the Cruel King is Levi and Astrid, and I wish I could tell you anything about him.
You've numbered it 0.
Because it's a prequel. She wrote all the other books, and I guess this one. I don't know. It's numbered 0 in Goodreads. It's numbered 0 everywhere. It's a prequel.
But like, are 1, 2, 3, and 4? Aren't those still the parents?
Yeah. I don't have an answer for this number.
But aren't they all still? They're all prequels then, right?
Well, this whole thing is outside of. It was wrote like way before the Legacy of Gods. Well, so you can't really call them because they were their own books beforehand.
I'm just trying to understand the numbering system.
I can't help you understand the numbering system. I didn't choose the numbering system.
Is it like a novella and the rest are all novels?
Okay, so here was my theory, and I want you to hear my theory because I was wrong. So I was like, okay, so this is a standalone within the series about the, like, I don't know, cousin of the main guy of the first 3 books. I was like, okay, so we're getting his story. It's a standalone single book. And then I read the next guy, so Aiden's books. He has 3. It's a trilogy. Okay, and I was like, you know what? Well, probably the other friend group, people in the friend group, also have more than 1 book. No. Black Knight is just one couple. It's a single standalone book. Why is there a trilogy in the middle of a series? Morgan, I don't understand the numbering. I don't understand any of it. I can't tell you why it's like this. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. I'm moving on. The Deviant King. Aiden and Elsa. Now, they had childhood trauma that she remembers nothing about. She is blacked out this time period from her memory. She doesn't remember anything about it. Like, her parents get killed. She doesn't remember her parents, how they died. Nothing. Turns out her mom was a fucking batshit crazy lady, and like, her brother died or drowned in the lake, and then her mother was like nuts, and then started kidnapping other boys that looked like her child, and was like torturing them. And Aiden was one of these kids that got kidnapped. Okay, and Elsa, I guess, was like taking him like treats and stuff in the basement because she didn't know why he was like tied up because they're like 7. He's like, here, I'll be your friend. And then she's like, well, we have to wait for Dad to get home because he's, like, gone. He's like, well, I'll tell Dad eventually when he gets home that she's doing this so you can be free again. What a mess of a story. Eventually she remembers, and he was like, yeah, I knew all along. She's like, well, I didn't. And then she had, like, you know, her mental crisis of... But here's the notes I have.
Just, what?
Yeah, I can't help you. And he kind of, like, wanted to torture her throughout school because... he blamed that family on his, like, for his mother's death. Was trying to, like, it's, I don't know, Morgan. I don't know. I don't know. Look at these hands. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But she's literally just trying to finish school and he's making her life hell. And that's the whole 3 books. So the trilogy is, like, learning about what happened as kids. And now they're trying to be weird together. They're crazy. He's crazy. They're crazy.
Well, I mean, you can't blame him for being crazy.
No, and they even said it. They were like, yeah, the light in his eyes died after this event. And I'm like, oh, probably so. He was tortured by a crazy mother who called him Eli. Also, if we go into the Legacy of God series, the last book that has yet to be published is about Eli, the son. She named her son Eli after her dead brother. Why would you do it? Why would you do it? Why would you do it? Anyways. That's all I got. She was just trying to finish school and he's like fucking up her poor life.
Okay, and what about Black Knight?
Ooh, Black Knight. Xander and Kimberly. Well, they were childhood friends and they like hung out together and they were like inseparable until this one event where he wanders off. Well, she, like, claims her cat got lost. So he's, like, trying to find her cat, but then he overhears a story that Kim is his sister. Hold on! So he's like, I am now gonna have nothing to do with this girl. So he, like, basically, like, blacklists this girl from his life. He's like, I'm not talking to you, I don't acknowledge you, you don't exist to me. And she's, like, heartbroken because she never gets an explanation. And then he gets drunk, and they, like, do things, and he's like, oh my god, what happened here? But don't worry, you find out that their parents were just sluts and slept with everybody, so they're not even related because their fathers are, like, sleeping with their neighbors. And it's like, well, this is still weird. That's all. And my note is, parents be cheating. That's all I have for that.
Parents be cheating. Rename
They
the book.
were! But, like,
Title of the
the
episode.
dads just slept with each other's wives, like, cheated and slept with them, and then they had these kids that...
It's all mixed up.
Yeah.
It was like Women of the Assembly. They're all mixed up.
It's just a mess. A complete mess. I'm telling you what. When he dropped, like, because you don't know what's happening. You don't know why he's pissed at her the whole time. And about 60,
He wants
50,
to fuck his sister.
Okay, yeah, I hear you, but we don't know that. We don't know what's happening. And then, like, she has, like, a suicide attempt. And he's...
What?
Listen, and then he's like, well, I have to tell you everything now. Because she's, like, done living. She's like, I hate everything. I hate life. Her mother's terrible. Like, made her bulimic and, like, all this crap. Like, just hated this poor girl. So she's like, well, I'm done. I'm done here. And she, you know, does what she does. And he's like, well, okay, this is bad. I'm going to tell you why I cannot be with you. And he says, because you're my sister. And when I threw my Kindle, I mean, I threw that Kindle. I threw that Kindle. I was so appalled. I was like, I swear to God, if they are, I will never read another book again. Like, I was so...
It is amazing that you haven't come across an incest book yet.
I did once, and I immediately quit it. I read, it was like First Cousin. I went, nope.
Too close.
Got rid of that. But this was, like, real deep in the book, and I went, ah! Like, I shut the Kindle, I put it away from me, and I was like, we can't have it. We can't have it anywhere near me. And I didn't read it for, like, a whole day.
Oh, no, I would just be like, I'm out.
Well, I had to know if they were really siblings at that point.
I would be cheating on the internet to find out before I ever touched that book
I
again.
almost did, and I was like, but I'm this far.
No. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm done.
I know, I should have. I was pretty...
I'm done.
I was pretty out. I was like, ah, what did I read? And
I feel like I'm done.
I went, she couldn't have done that. This writer couldn't have done that to me. Can't be real. And then the girl's dad is like, let me tell you a story about how none of you are the real children. Like, you are not my child. Xander's my child. And, oops.
No.
So, like, I was like, oh my God.
I feel like at that point, I would need a DNA test.
Morgan, I threw that Kindle.
Nuh-uh.
I was reading in my car before work, and I shut that, and I went, hell no, and it went into the passenger
What
seat.
a way to walk into work.
Literally, I walked in, and I was like, I cannot tell you what I just read. I was like, I'm baffled. But then I got bored, so then I finished.
Yeah.
I continued reading it.
No.
Ooh,
Delete. Moving on. Gotta walk away.
it was so deep in.
I would never go back to
it
that
was
author.
so far in, that little nugget of information.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, I didn't see it coming. And then it smacked me in the face, and I went, ha!
I would not recover. I would still be like staring at that book on my bookshelf going, I can't fucking
I
do
was
this.
so appalled. Alright, are we ready to argue?
Okay, well...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. Listen.
Do we need to go over Howl's Moving Castle first so we don't argue?
No, I think we should end on a good note.
Oh, that's so good. Carry on.
I know you love this book.
I just love how stupid they are.
I know you love this book. There's no reason to go over the plot, right? I feel like we've done this before. I can read the back. A quick rundown for the audience.
I mean, she wants to meet some rich guy. She meets a rich guy.
No. The rich guy also lies out of his ass and says that he also has a fake fiance who is also pregnant.
Yeah, it wasn't a good lie on his part.
No, the Huxley is so fucking stupid.
He's so stupid.
He's so goddamn stupid.
Yeah.
Huxley is an idiot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with
Yeah,
that one.
no,
He's
this
not
is
good.
this is a 3-star for me.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
I mean, it was
So,
a 3-star for a lot of people. I just loved how stupid it was.
I have
And it
some
made me
complaints.
Oh yeah.
I made an album for this book
Oh,
on my
jeez.
phone. Particularly like, what the fuck is this part?
Mhm.
But I have to say, one, Huxley is an idiot. I also hate, he's just an asshole to her.
Mhm.
And it's like, am I supposed to love him because of the things he did for everyone else?
No.
Like, no, like,
I
fuck
don't remember
him.
liking him at any point, really.
Fuck this man. This dickhead.
Mhm.
The background characterization of these people makes zero fucking sense to me. Zero
I'm not saying it's well wrote. I just had a
zero
good time reading it.
fucking sense. No, I was like, I'm trying to have a good time, but the critical part of my brain is like just going fucking bananas. Because I'm like, these do not, because they're both supposed to be the older sibling.
Mhm.
They're both supposed to be the older sibling.
Mhm.
They feel like the dumb younger sibling who does not have their shit together. I am losing my mind. And then they keep talking about her finally getting to use her degree. And I'm like, she has a master's in business. And she has no apparent business acumen.
I'm trying to remember what the other brothers were now.
If they were younger, they're younger.
I just don't remember them.
They're younger.
It's,
He's supposed to be the oldest brother, but he feels so goddamn stupid. He has to be like either the dumb middle child who lies to get attention, or a super younger child who is so fucking dumb, who got away with everything. They're both the older sibling.
I'm confusing these books with different books.
No, they both. I cannot stand it. Like, and she goes into business meetings having no idea what to do, and I'm like, you have a master's degree in fucking business.
Well, I thought that was because of the relationship too. She didn't know if she was supposed to pretend to be like in a relationship with him in front of his brothers or not.
That doesn't make sense
is
though.
this
You're
the
still
same
in a business meeting. You're still in a business meeting. It does not matter your
well,
relationship to
she's
these people.
a dumb person. What do you want?
She's so stupid.
Okay, you're reading too much into this.
I'm no.
I really
also-
want things to happen that are not happening.
And then this is the book that made me realize that like I'm
Can I
not.
tell you that's my least favorite of the series?
I thank God.
Because the second one, it doesn't make any more sense, but I liked it better.
I hope it gets better. I haven't started the second one yet. It is staring me in the face at home.
Is
though.
untying the knot in there? Is it a part of these? Did I give you it?
I don't know.
I think I did.
I don't know.
It's my favorite. Just
Is
read
that
it.
the one with the baseball guy?
Yes.
Okay, then it's on the bottom of the stack.
You know what? Don't even read the other. Just read the untying the knot because it's
No, I'm not done.
actually good.
We're not done here.
Oh, I know. You would just.
This
hate
is
it.
the book that made me go, you know what? I need more than sex in these books. Because you get to like,
Maybe that's my problem.
you get to like the midpoint in this book, and any sort of like plot or characterization is just stopped, as both characters are just lusting after each other.
Yeah, they're just horny.
Every single page, and I am so fucking over it. I am like, I don't need any more. I didn't need any to start with, really, but like every page, they are lusting after
You
each
know
other. That is the rest of the book.
You know that box I gave you? I'm gonna have to take a lot of books out
No,
because they're all smut driven.
no,
No, they're gonna be taken out.
No.
You're breaking my heart.
you don't
right
ever
now.
come over to my house, so no.
I will make a trip just to.
Your
take
car
books
can't
back.
get up my driveway at this point.
I will fucking walk up it.
But it was like, oh my god. And then the moment of conflict, Kayla, it could have been solved in at most a 10-minute conversation. Right? Huxley comes in, it's been revealed that the guy he's been trying to bamboozle into a business deal with his fake fiance who's fake pregnant knows about it. He's not aware of how much humor this man has found in the situation yet.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he just kind of like, understandably, I will say, be like, did you fucking tell them? And she just leaves.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
She's like, you didn't
just
trust me.
What are you like?
I'm out.
What? You just sit there and you go, no, I didn't.
But
And
would
you
he-
have a conversation.
But he
But
even
just-
believed her.
But he just leaves. Well, he very quickly goes, oh, I guess she didn't tell him. Like, she just leaves. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you behaving this way?
I don't know. I probably would have left.
No.
That's kind of the attitude I would have for things.
No.
It's like, whatever.
Have a 10-minute, like,
Yeah.
little fight and get over it. What are you doing? And then, Kay, I have such beef with the fake pregnancy plot. It added nothing to the story.
Didn't.
It added.
It made them be in dumb situations.
Right, and they're dumb situations that they could have been in regardless of the fake pregnancy plot.
Yeah, but
Couples yoga like that could have still happened.
I do like
the weird boob thing could have still happened.
Like, I really like that the couple knew. Like the
oh yeah, I called that immediately.
Yeah,
too.
I was like, God damn it! But I didn't see it, and I was like, that's hilarious. They're really just fucking with us.
No, I called it immediately. I was like, this isn't real. This isn't right. But anyway, let me go through my notes. And by notes, I mean screenshots with red
this one
captions.
is the lowest rated Meghan Quinn book.
Good.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
find you different Meghan Quinn books because now I'm sad. Because I love her. I think Untying the Knot is probably the best because it actually has a plot to it. Because they're like trying to sort out their marriage. And she's like wanting a divorce. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
My
have
God.
to read like what it is. Right, they're asking when they conceived. Already a really awkward question. You're asking about someone's sex life when you're asking about conception of a child.
But I mean, people are fucking weird about that in real life. They're like,
I know,
oh,
people get super
and
weird
it's
about
like,
pregnancy.
Can you fuck off?
Yeah. Right, so they're like, I think we were drunk the night we conceived. It's why it took him so long to get up, Lottie says. And then he shoots her a scowl, and she grins at me. It didn't take long, never takes long with her, I say, as I squeeze her sides, reminding her who we're pulsing next to. They're at that couples yoga where you dry hump each other.
Yeah.
Oh, a drunken night of debauchery. One of my favorite couplings because nothing is off the table, right? Even going bareback, which I'm assuming is what happens.
Listen.
And then he goes, kill me now. And I've noticed that this is something that Meghan Quinn does in this book, where like when she wants to enunciate something, she'll make them into separate lines, which really loses the impact by the end of the book. Mm-hmm. And then Lottie goes, yep, totally. We've been fornicating for quite some time before that, but all it took was one drunken night of catchface. In the backyard with friends, and we were toast. Bumbling up the stairs, we made it all the way to our room, completely closed, and then BAM! I turn around, and there was Huxley, standing naked in all his glory. My comment on that is screaming.
Yeah. I truly love how dumb the book is. Like, I think that's why I like them.
Yeah.
Because compared to the dark romances, these are just stupid and funny.
Oh, it is stupid and funny. If
Yeah.
you can let go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what...
Yeah.
Yeah, they're perfect for me, because I don't care enough.
And then they're still at the couple's sex acts with Heaven, the instructor. And Heaven is calling them Hanley, and I don't remember what she calls Lottie. Walk me through what she remembers, meaning about the night that they conceived.
Oh,
Was
I
she
remember
topless?
This. Yep.
So we're doing this, a step by step with the instructor.
Yep.
Christ. I have my comment, I think I need to file a lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, these are fair comments. I can't deny that at all. Okay, can I go ahead and say maybe the second book isn't for you either? But the last two I think you would adore. Maybe not adore, but you may like them more than this one.
Okay, this one he's talking to, I think Lottie, this is when he gives Lottie the permission to, like, ask 2 questions a day and two for dinner.
Yeah,
and she's like, who's your favorite sibling? Because he's got 3. And he says, if I had to pick. And I have an immediate, as someone with two siblings myself, I have an immediate reaction to this. If I had to pick, I'm like, liar. Either you have one you automatically like more.
Yeah.
Or your relationship with both of them is ambivalent at best. You fucking know you have a favorite.
Everyone's got a favorite
You
everything.
fucking liar, Huxley. You know you have a favorite. Just admit it's JP. Just admit it.
JP. Is he the middle one?
Yes. Just admit you have a favorite. We all know you're lying if you go, if I had to pick, you're fucking lying. Just admit it.
What's the youngest one name?
I don't, Breaker? Maybe?
Oh, Breaker?
Breaker?
Yeah, Breaker.
They all
stupid.
have dumb names.
That one was the worst dumb name.
Huxley is the most pretentious. Breaker sounds like his dad could have been a mechanic.
Or a truck driver.
Okay, let's see. What's this one? Oh, there's texting conversations in these books. Which is fine. I think for some people that would be an automatic turn off.
Really? I like them.
Yeah.
I mean, we text in life. Why not?
Oh, Lottie is telling Huxley about her stepdad's devotion to his lawn. You okay over there?
Yeah, carry on. I just forgot how dumb.
And then Huxley's like, I noticed it was really nice or whatever, and Lottie's like, he'd appreciate the compliment. Now ask me a question, because again they have this little question arrangement, which is really stupid.
Well, listen, he didn't want to talk to her. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And Huxley, I guess, had asked her a different question, and she didn't want to answer it yet. And Huxley said, okay, have you ever been in love? I stared down at my phone, reading his question over and over again. For a robotic man, I never thought he'd ask a question like that. When I said hard, I meant something like, who would you die on a sword for? Team Jacob or Team Edward? Side note.
Okay, that made me really angry.
Side note. Glitter dick all day, every day. I had to shut the book.
I remember that part because I went, oh no!
I had to shut the book.
That's funny.
And, I had to shut it and walk away. I was like, no, I'm not. Let's pretend that doesn't exist in this universe. I know we're going to revisit it in a future episode, but I was like, I gotta walk away.
Glitter dick, man.
No.
A sparkle. Sorry. Carry on.
The next one is, right. I think I just have I would just like to file complaints about this entire event, where Lottie, because she's still pretending to be pregnant, goes with, what's the other? Ellie. To get a breast pump. And she walks in and the walls are just lined with tits that you can squeeze. And Lottie, flashes her and she gets milk shot on her face. I'm just I would like to file some complaints right now.
I think maybe the fake pregnancy wasn't the way to go for you.
No.
I feel like if we took that out, you may have enjoyed this book. I'm sorry that it's in this book.
I have other complaints about the fake pregnancy. But one, it narratively, it's not necessary. Secondly, there are several times in the book where Lottie is like, I feel guilty for using this. Because there are people who, don't like the fake pregnancy trope because of how difficult it is to get pregnant or whatever.
Sure.
And it's if you, as the author, are aware of that, and you're acknowledging the problematic nature of this trope via your character, why are you including it? Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't read the back of this book.
I know, I just gave it to you.
Yeah.
Listen.
But it is if
by
you,
it.
the author, are aware of it, and you're acknowledging it,
Listen.
what are you doing?
I don't have the answers.
And
anymore.
it doesn't add anything to the narrative. There's no reason that the ridiculous scenarios couldn't happen.
I don't know. Listen, I also don't know why he was like, "Oh yeah, she's pregnant."
I know.
You didn't need to do
Huxley is full stupid.
He's so dumb.
Full stupid.
Like, I get you wanted this, like, agreement or whatever contract
full
with
stupid.
this
He
person.
could have just kept the fake
But, like,
fiance and left it at that.
You didn't really have to go the extra mile with the pregnancy.
Full stupid. Oh, the next one is still part of that same scene in which she is now touching another woman's nipple.
Yep.
And my only comment is, I do not love anyone enough to do this.
Correct. We are, yep.
Oh.
Hey, would it make you feel better if I said if you ever get to the second book, she gets teabagged in the face?
I peeked into that book and he was talking about having, like, her blow on his balls and that be it. And I'm like, what is happening?
What? I don't remember this. Can you tell me? Can you send me a picture of this nonsense?
I took a picture of this page. I didn't write a comment, but I took a picture of this page where she's like wanting to be she's wanting him to be super possessive, and my thought was, this is why Kayla likes these books so much.
Listen, the books I've given you are pure smut, and you have to accept them as pure smut.
Yeah, I think
you can't accept them as anything else. I'm gonna have to take back some books.
No.
Yes.
And at the very end, she talks about being, like, overly emotional and wondering why she's so emotional. And it's never addressed in the narrative. And I'm like, it's because you're pregnant, B.
Hold on. Can I have that? What are you talking about right now?
She, towards the end,
Wait,
she's like,
who?
God, why was I so emotional during this time? Lottie.
Hold on.
It's not addressed or anything, but I'm like, she's definitely...
No. Whatever it is, no. I can't. Take your phone. I don't want to be part of this anymore.
Am I wrong? Is she not pregnant? That's my last one.
I don't think she is.
Well, she talks about raw, tumultuous emotions beat me through, and from the sight of him in a pair of simple jeans and a t-shirt, his hair ruffled from his hand running through it, those emotions skyrocket, sending me into a tailspin of uncertainty.
I think the bitch is just horny.
Perhaps.
Honestly,
But it's
I don't
like,
remember.
oh my gosh.
I don't remember at all. But I'm gonna go with no. Oh.
Yeah, and why exactly am I suffering from such intense emotions? And that's why I'm like, I bet you're pregnant. I bet you're pregnant.
I don't think she is, though.
Anyway, that's how I feel about a not so meet cute.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's the worst one of the lot.
Well, that makes me feel better that it could
The premise of the whole thing was trash. The second one's
Yeah.
not much better, but the third one I love wholeheartedly, and you probably will hate. And the Untying the Knot is probably my actual favorite.
Okay.
Because they're, like, spiteful.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love some spiteful people.
I also do think I'm just not into, like, the really rich people.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take back the Dreamland people, because they're pretty pretentious.
I know.
I'm gonna have to take back... Twisted Lies? Maybe? The whole twist. I'm just gonna have to take this back.
You're going to take back all of
I'm
your
gonna
books.
have to... Yeah, because you're gonna hate them all. So I'm just gonna save you.
No. I'm going to read them.
No.
But, like,
I can't have you read the Dreamland series if you're gonna hate on rich people.
What makes me say that is the first date, they take a private jet to Portland, Oregon. And I'm like, it's right fucking there.
Yeah.
Fly commercial, you dickhead.
I had this argument.
What are you doing?
I had this argument with My Dark Romeo when the bitch spent like $200,000 in a night, and I said, I'm out.
Yeah, like,
I'm done.
what are you
You're
doing?
pretentious, and I can't fucking...
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You live in California. Portland, Oregon is literally the next state up.
Well,
just fucking fly commercial. And then pay for the advancement through the lines at the airport.
It's all about them owning private jets. They have to have their own private planes.
Fuck private jet ownership.
I'm just saying,
fuck you and your private jets.
I'm just saying they all have it. They're rich and they own planes.
No, fuck you and your private jets. Fly commercial.
Alright. All I'm hearing is I have to come to your house soon. So I can take a whole bunch of books back.
No.
Oh, this is going to be hurtful. My feelings are going to be hurt by the end of this. I don't know if we're gonna be friends after the end of the next year.
I couldn't find a 1-star review. Well, someone called that every single character in this book is a sexual predator, and I'm like, no. I just don't think that's categorically correct.
I don't know about that. They're a little weird though.
You're a little weird.
A little weird.
A little weird.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna shit on your book now. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding. Last book we gotta talk about.
Hold on, I do have
Or
a
do you
complaint.
have more? Oh, you
Well,
have more complaints?
This is not about
My
the book.
God.
It's about the review. Someone called it funny, and then they said the supposed Mr. Crane on the cover is not so funny. If you enjoyed, it is funny.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like it.
It is funny, and even if you just don't like one character, that doesn't mean the book deserves a 1-star.
It gets 1 star from my DNF. If I finished it, you at least get 2 stars because I made it through.
Oh no, I will give 1 stars even if I finish a book.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I read the fucking book. I deserve to have the right to give 1 star. Fuck you.
Fair. I feel like 1 star's for my DNFs.
No, I don't think you have a right to 1 star if you don't finish the book.
Well, we don't have an option to do anything
I
else for
know.
the DNF. So I have to have a 1. Morgan? It can't get lower than a 1 star. Put your finger guns down.
Does Storygraph have an option to DNF?
I don't know. Let's figure that out later.
Well, I want to know
Woman,
now.
we need to talk about our last book. We need to talk about it.
What? We're not still going to talk about a not so meet cute?
No, I'm moving on. You hated it. I'm moving on.
No. Yeah, there is a DNF option on Storygraph.
Okay, well, I'm so sorry that not everyone uses Storygraph. Anywho.
I think Goodreads needs to catch up.
Okay, well, you tell them that. I've had it with you. I'm moving on to House Moving Castle.
Okay.
Now, I can't even explain the plot, so I don't know, man.
I can. Do you want me to tell you?
You explain the plot, and then I will talk about the highlights I have for the book.
Okay. So Sophie's like 18 or 19 years old. Her dad's dead. Her stepmom, she has 2 younger siblings. One of them is a half sister. So her stepmom, they run a hat shop, but her stepmom is like pretty absent and basically lets Sophie run the shop, but she exploits her and pays her really poor money. Sounds really familiar, doesn't it? So Sophie is like, she's in this hat shop where they also live all fucking day. So she kind of becomes afraid of society. And her sister is like just on the other side of town in a pastry shop because they've gotten into some financial difficulties. So one sister has gone to a pastry shop. Another sister has gone to study honey witchcraft out of town. And so Sophie's on her way to visit this one sister in the pastry shop. She runs into a very fancy man. And she's afraid of the fancy man because she's afraid of everything.
Wouldn't you be afraid of the fancy man?
But she eventually ends up coming back home. Well, she's in the hat shop and she's like, "You're not the right sister." And the sister is like, "Yeah, that's because we switched places and didn't tell anyone."
I love that. I truly love that the sisters were like, this didn't fit for me, so we're gonna swap places.
So Sophie goes back and she's kind of inspired by her sisters taking action, but she's also, afraid of everything. Because she's been like just kind of shut off.
And she's just resigned to her fate. She's
like,
all right, I'm here.
Yeah, because she's got it in her head that, like, as the eldest sister of 3, nothing is ever going to happen to her. And then this lady shows up in the middle of the night and curses her. And Sophie is now, like, a 90-year-old woman. Yep. And she's like, well, I guess I just have to leave.
Yep.
So, like, being a super old lady invigorates her. And so she leaves.
Yep.
And people see her and they're like, oh my god, a witch. And she's like, ha ha ha. She loves it. She loves being the old woman.
She is just... Okay, so pause. Okay, we're going to talk about some highlights because they kind of go along with how good you're retelling this bullshit story. Alright, so you already induced 1,000 sisters. Okay? I literally wrote too many names, already overwhelmed. That's how I felt. You introduced me to a stepmother, a father that's dead, just 1,000 names. And I went, I don't have any way of knowing any of these fucking people. That's when I went from the normal book to an ebook so I could make these fucking notes. Okay? So, then they talk about this castle that doesn't stay in the same place.
Right, Wizard House, moving castle.
Yeah, I said, okay, literally a moving castle. Got it.
Literally.
That was my note.
Yep.
Okay, that's chapter 1. Chapter 2, okay, Martha said she wanted to have 10 children. I said, 10? You sure about that?
She's like 14.
I know, but I was like, you sure about that? That was my comment.
Wait till she has the first one. She might not be so sure then.
Jeebus Christ. 10? She brings it up multiple times. Anyways, this is after Sophie's been turned into a little lady. I went, alright. She resigned to her fate way too quickly. Like, she was like immediately okay. It's like, don't worry, old thing.
I love
said to
Sophie.
her
She's
face.
like, this is just what we are now,
she's
isn't
like,
it?
You look quite healthy. Besides, this is much more like you really are. She was completely fine with it. Like, what?
Yep, completely fine. She's like,
Yeah.
alright, this is what I'm doing now. I can't stay here, though.
Yep. And then she's like, what is this part? Oh, she was talking to her stick. She says, well, why not? She said to her stick. Wizard Howl is not likely to want my soul for his collection. He only takes young girls.
Yep.
Okay, and I went, oh no. Because what good is that? Going to this castle.
Well, she's like,
And then
what else
she's
am I
yelling,
gonna do?
stop at it. Like an old woman going, stop at a castle?
And Calcifer listens to her. But fucks with her at the same time because the door keeps moving.
I know.
She's like, well, I'll just go the other way.
I just... What? Up to no good. Okay?
And then I love that she moves in and Hal eventually comes back because Hal's always out. He's like, what are you doing here? She's like, I'm your cleaning lady. And Hal's like, well, okay then.
Yeah. And when he was like, leave the spiders alone. She's like, fine. Sure. Okay, chapter 3 I have a highlight. And it says, it may take a while, said the demon, and in a soft persuasive flicker, how about making a bargain with me? I'll break your spell if you agree to break this contract I'm under. And I went, oh no. Because what good is that gonna do? You're going on a contract with a demon fire face? What are you doing? Like, she's just like,
Well, what else does she have
alright.
going for her?
I mean, she is just something.
What else does she have going
This
for her?
woman is a 90-year-old woman now. Like, what is she doing? What is she doing? Oh, and then the scarecrow.
I love it's so scary.
The first time we meet the scarecrow that's running at her.
Yeah.
Okay? I was in the dark reading this, minding my business. I went, that is the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life. So all I wrote was, not a scarecrow. That sounds awful.
In the movie, he has a turnip for a
I
head.
just hate it.
So they call him Turnip Head.
Oh, and this next part, we're in chapter 12 now. We're just moving on. This is in which Sophie becomes Hal's mother. It says, some people, said Sophie, are thoroughly self-centered. This stick goes with me. I need it for moral support. A moral support stick? Really, Sophie?
Uh-huh. It's her only friend. She talks to it all the time. I love her. She talks to everything.
I mean, what a mess. This whole story is a mess.
Well, and then you have Hal, who is like super obsessed with his appearance. Spends hours in the bathroom.
Suit. Oh, that suit. I understand Sophie's frustration with it. Fucking, oh. Anyways.
Which one is it?
Oh, chapter 13, in which Sophie blackens Hal's name. So, this is the point where she finds out that woman is dead. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I just wrote, excuse me? Because it says, she refused to tell me where someone was that I want to find. She said, over my dead body. So I took her word. What? You just killing people? Because they said, over my dead body? Psychopath. That is psychopath behavior.
Which of the what?
That is...
Waste.
This is just... This book did some things that shouldn't be done. The Scarecrow shouldn't be done. Terrifying. Who is this for?
It's a children's book.
Oh, here we go. She thought... This is chapter 14. When he catches a cold.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love that it gives me the chapter
and he's
title.
Such a baby.
Yeah. It says, she thought Martha might have a point after all wanting children, although 10 stuck with her a bit much. I said, it is a bit much. It is a bit 10? we're still on that. I'm glad it came up again because I was still mad about it at page 152. Oh. Howl's voice was presently heard shouting weakly, "Help me, someone! I'm dying from neglect up here." I wrote, "That's the man flu." Like, and then
he's so dramatic.
he's ridiculous. And then he was like, "I'm dying of boredom, or maybe just dying." And I went, "Oh, the dramatics of this man." Like, what is his issue? I swear. Oh, what was this one? I don't even know what this one was for. He went on coughing upstairs where he began shortly shaking. Oh, the house was like shaking from him wanting attention, and I just wrote, "Ha ha. Ha." Oh, Calcifer.
I love Calcifer.
He was a falling star. I just wrote, okay. Because I didn't see that coming.
I love Calcifer.
He's great. I like that he has to bend his face down to be cooked on. Like, does he not have hands? Can he not
He
just,
doesn't.
like...
He doesn't have hands.
But that's my problem. Why is he just a face?
He's
His
just
neck.
like... Yeah.
So they have to cook on his head? That seems abusive. I'm calling...
Well, he's being exploited. He and Sophie bond over this fact.
I'm calling the CPS on somebody. Because that is no way to treat your little demon. Falling star friend. Let's see. Chapter 18. Oh, in which the Scarecrow and Miss Corian reappear. Alright. So
I love
just wrote...
Sophie being super jealous over Miss Angorian.
And she's...
And having no, like, awareness
No context.
that she's actually jealous. She just hates this woman.
She just hates her. Like, full on hates her. But here's the highlight. Came the Scarecrow, hopping slowly down the center of the street. And I went, "Oh, not again." Like, that's all I had. I was like, "Oh, not the Scarecrow again. I can't take it again."
And Sophie, like, begs it to go away faster and faster, 3 times as fast. She comes back around.
Yeah, it's demanding attention. Oh, and then the dog that shows up.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know about the dog. But I do like that it loves Sophie because it was told to stay with her. Very wary.
And it hates Howl.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's
hates
like,
Howl.
eh. Let's see. There's another part, and all I wrote was, "That shady bitch knew, never trust a wizard." Oh, because he knew that she was, like, she's been cursed. He knew she had been cursed.
Right, but
and he didn't tell her, or, like, anything.
No. But he doesn't know that she's cursed for so much of it.
I hear you, but he does find out. And I said,
Michael
that shady bitch knew.
And Calcifer knew long before Hal figured it out. I think
Fair.
Hal is personally offended that he was the last one to figure it out.
But he did figure it out because he was talking to, like, her sisters and shit.
Yeah.
And they, like, gave the breadcrumbs to figure this out. But I was like, never trust a wizard. That's
But and the sisters are also like, oh shit, he likes her.
The scene where he goes back to Wales and he comes back drunk. And he's, like, fucking everything up. And I just wrote, "Stupid boy." Because he, like, walks into the wall. Oh, how dumb. Just so... And then Sophie then tries to, like, go fix everything on her own.
Uh-huh.
Idiot. She is also just as dumb as he is. And I just can't. Okay, I'm gonna skip a couple highlights. Let's see. Oh. He brought all of her family to, like, visit her because he thought that would, like, cheer her up. And he's like, "I arranged for your family to come visit you. I thought it would keep you quiet for once, but no." And I went, "But no." And I was like, at that moment, I was picturing him throwing up his hands and doing, like, "but no." You know what I mean? That was literally my comment. Throwing up his hands and waving them. But no. Like, completely offended that it didn't work. Oh, God. And then Hal's like saying how he's a coward. I was like, well, at least he admits it.
She has to be tricked into being brave.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Calcifer dying or something. He went, help, Calcifer said weakly. And I went, well, that made me sad. Like, that was truly the only part that I was like, no! Like, heartbroken. Just heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her stick that she demands to beat Miss Gorian.
Because Sophie learns that she can use magic, and she just, like, accepts it. No questions asked. She's like, yeah, okay, stick, beat the shit out of this woman. But don't kill her, and don't hit anything else.
You know how hard I laughed at that? I just wrote, I fucking can't. Because all I can picture is the stick going, beep, beep. Alright, you ready for my last highlight of the book? Whew. So, it's like them talking to each other, and they're not, like, paying attention to anything that's happening around them. And I just wrote, that's so fucking cute. And that's it. That's how it ended.
I know, they have a sweet moment at the very end
the
after
very
all
end,
of this
and I
fucking insanity.
And they're, like, staring at each other, not paying attention to anyone trying to talk to them.
And there's so much going on.
There's so much happening. People are trying to get their attention, and they're just in their own little world, like, staring at each other. And I was like, well, that's adorable.
Well,
but they finally figured out because, like, Calcifer came back, and they're like, oh, Calcifer. Anyways, those are my highlights. I love the highlights option to put notes on it, because it makes my life. I figured you would enjoy it.
Sure, thank you. I love that book. I reread it once a year or two.
It's not a bad one.
It's so really.
Sophie's just, man, headstrong.
I love that book. She is constantly making a mess of things.
She does not make anything ever better. Not once did she make anything better. Like, every situation she went into left worse than it was to begin with.
She's constantly making a mess of things. And Hal is constantly being, like, the scene where she fucked with his hair dye.
Oh,
and Hal just, like, has a meltdown.
He said, don't touch anything in the bathroom, and she's, like, touching shit.
She's touching everything, of course.
And then he comes out and he's like, look at me. You've made me whatever. Like, I'm no longer pretty.
But he comes out a redhead.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's the worst. I'm telling you, there's comments about redheads that no one even likes the books about them. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, I've learned one thing from this episode, and that's only that I have to really take back a whole bunch of books from you. I can't allow you to taint them, because I will be sad.
I want to know what the 1-star reviews of Howl's Moving Castle is. 1% are 1-star reviews.
Hopefully they break your heart like you broke mine.
The characters are whiny, self-centered, and unlikable. That's the point.
That is very much the point. And I like that at the beginning they said that he collected hearts, but he's literally just, like, breaking hearts.
And he's kind of a loser.
And he's not good at breaking hearts.
No,
he has to wear a suit to trick.
Well, now Sophie made the suit that tricks people because she enchanted it accidentally by wooing it.
Yeah, but then he continues to wear it to hopefully it works on her to make her, like, to make her jealous to not allow Miss Ingorian into the house. Crazy talk. It's all crazy talk.
Oh, Vanessa.
Oh, no.
Well, that's just not correct. Her title for her review is Yet Another Good-Looking Idiot is Reformed by Love. They are not reformed. Hal is still very much a coward.
He's still an idiot.
Cal was tricked into going after Sophie.
He literally didn't want to do any helping.
Yeah, no.
Until Sophie, dumbass, got herself in trouble because she tried to fix it all.
No.
Like a true woman. She's like, I can fix this. This is my fault anyways. And he's like, God damn it. Now I gotta go after her.
Yeah, and if you...
He even admits that he's a coward, and he didn't want to do any of it.
And if you read the next 2 books, not that you should, because they're not the main characters of the next 2 books anyway. Like, it's a series in the same way that, like, the Bridgerton books are a series.
Mm-hmm.
But they make an appearance, and they're still just as fucking messy. There's no reform.
I don't want them to reform.
They don't. They're
I want Hal to always be Hal, and I want Sophie to always be dumb
They're
Sophie.
still super messy. Hal is still his fantastic self, and Sophie is still her bossy little nosy self too. Like there just happens to also be a magical baby in the mix.
Oh, that child's gonna be fucked up. There's no way it's gonna know how to live its life.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, that first chapter of all the introductions, I was about to quit. I was like,
it's okay.
I am about done with this.
It calms down after the first chapter.
It eventually did, but I'm telling you, it was a close to me being very aggravated. Because I quit reading the physical book. I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I'm going to have to make comments on an ebook. And that's how you got all my beautiful highlights. Because I wasn't going to survive.
I do. I love that book so much. Okay. Oh, 1 stars. Do you have any?
With you. Someone who said that the trope of like childhood crush to lovers is like their favorite genre ever.
No.
Hold on. Gave it 3 stars and hated this book. So even someone who was like set up to love this book did not love this book.
That's embarrassing.
It's very questionable. Because I did. It just wasn't good. Like, I didn't enjoy the characters. And then they, like, were running away from, like, mafia people. I don't think it was mafia, but I don't know what it was. I just don't understand. She was a whiny little bitch, too. She had no redeeming qualities besides, like, I'm an innocent girl. Like, either own up to his craziness and be with him, or maybe don't be with him at all. Because clearly you're upset by who he is as a person, and I'm not here for it. Either be crazy together and go down together, or don't be together. What? She was in denial about all of his, like, wanting to punch people and his underground fighting. Anyways, I just don't understand. She's, like, offended. Like, maybe he's not for you, then. And then he was like, oh, stop doing it all. Keep doing it. Find a different woman. Said what I said.
No, but they're true love, Kayla.
What did they have that was true love besides being trauma bonded as foster children?
I don't know, but you know these books are built on the whole ideal.
I know, like love at first sight.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, love at first sight makes me angry.
You are
so mad.
super reading the wrong genre.
And not all of them are like that. It's like, oh, I looked at him. Like, they can have lust or, like, whatever. And the person, just don't fall in love for a little while. Like, don't realize it for a while. But the people are like, oh, my life changed. As soon as I looked in his eyes, no. That's an absolute no for me. I get so mad. Or they, like, want to get married after, like, 3 days of being together. Like, you don't even know how he cleans his house. You don't know. You don't know how he lives. And you're telling me you're going to marry him after 3 days?
Well, you know, based on some people, they might marry off of after 12 hours.
I hear you. I cannot agree. I refuse to agree to that. The first time I saw you, I was in love with you. Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't have any more reviews, by the way. I'm just complaining now.
Am I picking a book this week?
Yep.
Okay.
Pick a book.
I will return.
And now the waiting begins.
And now she downs some tequila.
Oh, man. It's not treating me well.
No, you know what?
Oh, no!
I feel like the only way you are ever reading cute romances is if I pick them for you.
Sometimes I read them on my own. Oh, the novellas. So what you picked? Loathe to Love You.
I picked it entirely off of the color.
A novella collection. By Allie Hazelwood. Yeah, okay, fine.
Call to action.
Bitch.
Follow us on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcast, or YouTube. On Spotify, if you're on mobile. Why did I say it like that?
Mobile.
Please rate us on the app. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. Still don't know what you do on Google Podcasts, but if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And, of course, share with a friend. Bye-bye.